They want messages to be brought to the attention of everyone. It's meant for whenever this is going to air and for whatever is going on. It is a whole different level of communication. There will be learning from sources that you never considered you would be a part of. Let's give each other a boost up for 2026.
Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the Medium's Table. I'm your host, Michelle Gardner. This podcast is your personal invitation to join me at the intersection of the everyday and the extraordinary. Together, we'll explore the magic of mediumship, share spiritual stories, and connect with fellow mediums on this incredible journey. So grab a seat, pour yourself a cuppa, and come join us at the Medium's Table, where spirits gather and stories unfold. I'd like to welcome back to the show, Jeannette Connects. Welcome back, Jeannette.
Hey, Michelle. How are you doing? Made it through your holidays, family dramas? Yes.
Oh, yeah. Look, I'm a bit of a drama. What drama? I see nothing. I hear nothing. And I focus on the joy of let's just relax and everybody just get along, respect one another. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, that's what the drama on the Hollywood TV movies, where the dog eats the cake. But that is a funny moment. I was telling her before we started that it was my daughter. She spent 2 hours making this cake, and her doorbell rings, and I'm helping her out with a niece of mine. We're wrapping gifts for her and stuff, and so she goes to the door. And I see she's got all this stuff, and she's got this. He's a year old, but he's still a puppy. And she had just frosted this cake. I'm in a part of the house where I can't see him, right? So we're busy wrapping. And then I hear, like, oh, shit. And I walk over there. You know what a bundt cake is, right? It rises, and then it has like a hole in the middle where all the frosting is. This dog literally has his snout in the middle of that, and he's just digging in there.
Oh, no.
But she was so furious. My first instinct was to just crack up laughing. And I'm with my 11-year-old niece, and she looks at me. I'm like, I get serious real quick. This is not funny, because she has lost it. I can't believe it. She goes, what do I do? I'm like, look, everybody that's coming has a dog, so I'm sure they've all been like, just refrost it.
Oh, no.
Mom, here, this is not a funny moment. I'm like, that is. Not yet, it isn't. She just took the whole thing, went, boom, and like garbage. I'll just start all over again. You're going to be in timeout until next year. She takes the poor dog, puts him in the crate for I don't know how long, But it's funny afterwards. That stuff happens.
Yeah, she'll laugh about it next year.
Yeah. But it was not funny. As she's looking at me, I go, look, it could have been worse. Like in the movies, the dog actually takes the main meal, like the turkey with the stuffing in it and everything, and they take off in the yard. She's like, I'll get over it. But yeah, the stressors of like wrapping all the gifts, making the house look great, making yourself and your kids look great, and then the food and the music and the candles, it builds up and crescendo, boom. Yeah.
And it just takes that one dog to top it off. That would have been the perfect photo moment of everybody standing there and them holding the cake.
Camera, because when I hear her scream, I go running. I left my phone over while I was gift wrapping, and but yeah, it would have been awesome to record that. And he was on stage, and when he came back out, there was like bacon on the counter, and I'm like, you want me to tuck this back a little bit? Oh, he knows not to touch it. I'm like, okay. A couple seconds later, I'm like, maybe let's not tempt him. Because he's a smart dog, so he's going to wait when he sees that you are really busy, and he's going to steal something. I've lived with animals my whole life, excluding my brothers, and but they would do that, and you think they can't reach, and they get up there and they take their little paw. I remember we brought special sausage from Spain. We brought it from Spain, and we go in there. And don't they tie us? Everybody's like, we looked at my brother because he's very guilty about eating all that. And he's like, don't look at me. I didn't do it. And I look at my dog, and he's like, wow. Okay. Yeah, it's gone. The dog ate it. I'll eat it.
Oh, no. I love how you blame your brother first. That's over the dog. He's got
He was
good
notorious.
credit score there,
when we
I
were
guess.
growing up, you had to hide everything. I will tell you, I had a thing for Hershey bars, and I would eat a little piece every night. I had to hide it in my Kotex box. Okay. He actually found my stash and took it. I go, you have like no bar. He's like, ha ha, I got it. You know, I'm like, oh my God, nothing is sacred in this house. Yeah.
Oh, so now he's earned that status of comparison to the dog.
That's the first thing we look to when food's missing. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's hilarious. That would have been such a moment that, as you say, wasn't funny for your daughter at the time, but you know, a little after the fact, it would have been hilarious. It would have been.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she'll laugh about it later.
That point, because now she's starting to relax. You know, Christmas is over, Christmas Day. So now people, at least then they get like a couple of days before they all go back to work to crazy world and then do it all over again. I think Wednesday's the 31st. Yeah. So it'll be like another 5 day. People have had like 5 days of, you know.
Yeah. Wow. Well, and in saying that, here we are again, speaking of the end of the year. We are now at that time of the month. No, ladies, not that time of the month. The time of the month where Jeannette connects unlimited connections to the spirit world, and she brings through messages that are relevant, universal for many. You will get out of it what you need to. And we just had the discussion where we're a little bit curious to know whether it's going to be for the month of January. Will it be for the new year coming? I wonder what they will bring through for us. Will there be predictions? Because you do have a little bit of a history and a reputation for being Nostradamus.
Yeah. Like, I gotta tell you, it's like I never know who's coming through, and it's kind of cool. But at the same time, if let's say you're going to do a venue, or I'm going to buy a ticket to something, I want to know what I'm going to see. Angels talking, you know, aliens talking. I mean, I want some kind of clue, because maybe I don't believe that there are aliens that exist, and I'm all about angels and I want to go to that one. But my thing is like question mark, I don't know. You know,
Yeah,
like blank,
yeah.
like the lottery tickets that you scratch off. Okay, so it'll be a scratch off, and once you scratch it off, you'll know who's coming through.
That's it, exactly. We never know until it happens, and again, I'm taken by surprise a lot. What am I saying? Every episode, especially after your previous ones. If you haven't seen Jeanette's previous monthly segment, please go back and watch Unlimited Connections. And there is something different in every single one of them. Sometimes there's 3 spirits that come through, and they are very, very different. You know, sometimes you can tell it's an angel. Sometimes it feels like a headmaster, you know, and you're on the spot and you're like, oh, I can't move because I'm going to get in trouble. I hope they're not reading my mind. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Anyway, you know what I mean? And there's just the different energies. And it's not just energy that you feel when you're giving these messages. It is also visually. You can visually and you can hear the differences in your voice. You can see the difference in your face, in the way that you move. Very, very different. So it is a very obvious that you are going into a completely altered state and something else has stepped forward. Very obvious.
Yeah. And whatever they say, it's very interesting for me. I don't remember it. I have to watch the show like all of you people to see what it was that I said. Unless it's something very bizarre or alarming, that my presence or my energy will be like, what are they talking about? You know, I think they, I'll hear the word, but then that's it. Then I go back to, I don't really know where. To me, it's kind of like I'm dozing off somewhere, and once in a while I'll hear a word or a comment. And sometimes not even. Sometimes I just completely check out. And that's when I look my most attractive, as a good friend of mine was saying, I really like the way your eyes roll. You look really hot that way. I'm like, shut up. Because why do you bother with any eye makeup? Because your eyes are all white, He's really teasing the heck out of this.
I actually wasn't going to bring that up this time.
Yeah. Very, very unattractive look. But at that point, Jeannette has left the building.
Yeah. The lights are on and someone else is home. It was, and I want to say that was 2 episodes ago. Where you had your eyes open, but your eyes were completely rolled back in your head. That was like, whoa, there's the evidence right there, people.
There's nothing I can do about that. It's a very unbecoming look.
Yeah, but it's part of the process. And I think this is, and this is what's really great about these episodes is that seeing, for some people, for a lot of people, should I say, seeing is believing. And when you're able to watch this on YouTube, you can clearly see that you are completely removed. Jeannette has gone. She's gone somewhere and something else has come in. And because I don't know, I would never be able to maintain that eye roll I'm like, it's just not humanly.
Want to, Michelle.
Well, there's that. There's that.
I can see you now sitting with a glass of wine next to your husband going, eyes rolled back. Hey, baby.
Yeah, let me practice this.
It's not doing it. It's not doing it for me. Michelle, please stop. Come
on now. Come on, Jeannette can do it. Let me try. But it's so evident. Do you know what I mean? There's no denying that. And I think that's what it really comes down to is the evidence is actually in the seeing, and you can see it. It is there for everyone to see, which some people need that to fully understand what's happening here, and that you're not just making it up.
We're not compensated for doing, coming back on her show or doing anything on her show. There's really don't get really, there's really it's not for fame and glory. That's for sure. That's for sure. Because people BS all the time in our world. So, as you go through life, you really kind of just become jaded. Like, really? Like my poor mom, she's like, I'm going to try. She's 94. I see these pills coming in the mail. I'm like, you can't take any of this stuff. What are you doing? Oh, no. Oprah says that she took it, and look at Oprah. And I go, no, Mom, that's not Oprah. She shows me her phone. She says, look, it's Oprah. Oprah says she lost all this weight. I'm like, yes, Mom, it's Oprah. But it's not. How can that be? I go, AI. Okay, what is AI? She can't even get the concept. And I said, Mom, they can make a person's mouth move and almost make her sound like her voice, but it's not her. And then I explained to her that these things have all been invented, great, fabulous, but our law has not caught up with being able to regulate any of it. So it is a wild, wild west free for all. But meanwhile, poor old ladies like my mom, and she's really with it. But anything that's about losing weight, she's all about that, even at 94. And if Oprah can do it, so can Mom, right?
Oh, yeah. And good on Mom for having that, motivation and, inspiring to be like, or aspiring, should I say, to be like Oprah.
Oprah says it's a deal. I'm like, oh.
I know. And they're the traps, aren't they? They're the online traps. They're the media traps that unfortunately can trick people into thinking that. But I mean, that's definitely not the case here.
No, it's not. Like I said, there's nothing gained. The biggest gain for us is being able to share messages with humanity and to honor spirits. That's why I do it. I mean, 3 years ago, they said, we want you to put this out there. And I said, okay, how? What am I supposed to do? Nobody knows me. And I don't know Oprah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oprah, but if you're watching.
But, life has a way of like, what do they call it? They kind of like, it's a setup, and bit by bit, they put you where you need to be with who you need to be at the right time. And boom, here's Michelle doing the show. And here's these people, these entities, and saying, hey, so here we are. So yeah. And I said, well, it's in your court. You make it happen.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah.
So hopefully listeners, you will receive something that will help you, or maybe you'll hear a message and you'll think, wow, that's what my cousin really was talking about. Let me tell them to watch this, or somebody else. So I believe, and I've gotten a lot of feedback from people like that where it's been helpful to them. So that's why we do it. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. And for those people that are listening and watching, and if you're one of those people that have said at any point in time, I just want answers. Why can't they just give me or tell me, what I want to hear? Why? This is your opportunity. Every month, Jeannette connects, and these are your answers. These are your messages. These are for everyone. If you stumble across this, it's for you. So listen, take notes. Consider this, I guess, as a little bit of a forewarning, or you know what I mean, to know what's coming, because you're doing this for the month ahead. And this one being the end of the year, maybe you're doing it for January, but this may very well be for the month of the year, of 2026. We don't know yet.
So they may give a year overview. Like I said, I don't know. I don't get emails. I don't get text messages, or they tell me, this is what we're going to be talking. This is going to be our topic tonight, and this is who's going to be on the panel with you, trancing. And maybe for me, it's actually more fun just not knowing. Maybe that's why they do it. I don't know, because a lot of the other people most of the people that I go to, they're like, yeah, I think there's only one other lady, and I think I told you about when those 3 entities came through, I think 2 episodes ago, something like that. I just happened to come across this video of this woman who does the same thing. They're like, whoever it is, and it's 2 people, or it's 3 or 2 entities or energies, and she doesn't really know.
Yeah, I love that. It's the element of surprise, and as we all say, total surrender and trust and faith.
Yes. Funny enough, I don't really do it with human beings.
Yeah.
But I do it with an energy that I cannot see, don't know where it's coming from, or anything.
Yeah, the complete unknown.
But that actually goes to the point of when it started happening. I said, I know I have protectors, and if I'm going to do this, I'm all in. I'm 100% in, and the only way to do that is complete surrender and trust. So I trust that it's positive, and it always leaves me feeling either relaxed or invigorated. I never feel drained, except for that one with the 3 of them, and it wasn't any of the energies. It was the quick switch between a very high energy and a more mellow energy that kind of, rattled me a little bit. But yeah, so that's it. We'll get going and see who comes through and what they say. And and thank you guys for listening. And hopefully you'll get something positive out of this, and some fuel for the next year.
Yeah, exactly. I've got my notebook and pen, so I'm ready to go. Let's do this. And I'll cut the silence out. So we'll just cut from here straight to the channeling. Take it away, Jeannette.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. Exciting times. High energies. Luminous vibrations surrounding your atmosphere. Vibrations rising in each and every one of you across your globe. So many things that will be taking place at a very rapid pace within what you consider to be your next calendar years of 12 months. It will seem to you that just as you begin one, it will be ending and a new one will be beginning. We advise that perhaps some of the most monumental things that happen to each and every one of you, you journal or write down somewhere, because before you are truly able to digest whatever has been taking place in that month, the next one will be upon you. There will be much learning. There will be much light. There will be learning from sources that you never considered you would be a part of. There will be coming togethers of communities that will be in studies and in experimentation and scientific viewing and researching of things that are taking place upon your planet. There will be much scientific new breakthroughs that will flow through from the very highest of minds, saying those that are responsible for intergalactic travel and all of your satellites and your artificial intelligence that you now will learn to utilize with those other galaxies that are beyond yours. From that point, as I say, trickling down, it will go into what is your medical bandwidth, and there will be much learning, much advancement, many discoveries, breaking down of medication, learning how cellular structures within your own anatomical bodies can respond to you changing frequencies by listening to different sounds and incorporating more healing modalities, not so much your Western medicine, although there is and will continue to be a place for that. And the different healings that will take place, certain of your very difficult ailments and the ones that have taken many lives there upon your planet, new frontiers will be reached with those as well. There will also be much coming your way in what is considered to be the neurological breakdown of the synapses and memory losses and blocks there within your cranial structures. It still will be difficult for the structures of your health systems and what you consider for many of you to be perhaps the most important thing, unfortunately, there upon your earth, which is monetary value. That when these discoveries come through, many times they are put down because they are destructive to that economical flow. And many depend on that economical flow. Things in that world will also be changing politically, because if the politicians and the world's power structure does not break, it must deteriorate, break down for a new one to give rise, in order for the many things that we are discussing today to actually be able to bring and come to fruition for mankind. Therefore, I say exciting times for all of you. Know that within your own personal lives and interpersonal dynamics, if things, you say things sometimes as blow up there and cause you much grief and pain and sorrow, it also is necessary for something else to open up for you, for your energies to shift, and for you to move to a different level, a new way of perceiving and of seeing things in life, perhaps even new avenues that you had dreamed of doing, things that bring joy to you, that now maybe will be something that you will be able to follow through with. The breath taken at this time is for the vessel that we are occupying, because this is very high frequency that is coming through. Part of that was to be able to have you connect to that vibration, many of you for the first time. A high energy level that your bodies are going to be opening up to, as if it were not a bandwidth that you have been familiar with in the past. It will be a new bandwidth where you can withhold those energies, store them within what is your vessel. And within that vessel, those energies then, believe me, will begin to do healings, will begin to reignite creativity and allow for synchronicity flows to unfold rapidly, one after the other. Again, as I said, just as one month finishes, a new one begins. It will be a rapid succession of beautiful things. Please focus on the end product and what you will be learning. It is not all going to be easy. There, as many things, there is effort that gets put into it. And yes, some of it unpleasant. But by the end of it, what you all will have accomplished, not only individually, but as a community there upon your earth, will be advantageous to all. Also know that many of those there upon your planet that suffer with mental disorganization, you speak of it as mental illnesses, many breakthroughs will also be foretold for you for those individuals. Again, we do our part as best we can to manipulate individuals who may be able to, as we say, stronghold it and push it back and bury it so that these things can come through. There are many of us now working on this. So yeah, as you reach the day 31 of this month and you pop open those bottles of bubbly, please fill your glasses to the rim and drink to the health and the joy and the new year that will be bringing much light to your world, if it is allowed to do so. Keep an open mind. Maintain open bandwidths for different things that you will see, you will notice, and will come to you. See them and be aware so that you may then incorporate them and learn from this and move on swiftly. Your consciousness has tremendous power. This has been told to you in the past. In areas of your world where you will see much destruction, utilize that consciousness, raise it from wherever it is that you are at that point in time to those individuals that you feel needed, that are suffering and are lacking. When you have great abundance and peace, you will help them with that. Simply by organizing yourselves in community and raising your level of consciousness and sending that energy to those areas within your world. Know then that that is power. That is power that each one of you contains within you. And it will have an effect. So we say to you, do these things that you do there, dance, be merry and joyful as you anticipate the next year that comes. Embrace it and move forward with courage and with glee. We thank you once again for this time and for your ability to entertain that something else beyond what is you exists. And perhaps you may listen, learn, and have your heart full, knowing that all things that come to you are powerful, and you have that power within you to recognize what is for you and lead a life full of exceptional occurrences. Thank you for your time. We will entertain at this moment any questions that you may have, Scribbler.
Will there be more unity across our globe between humans?
There is already a tremendous push. Also, as I stated earlier, the science with the human consciousness. The science has now evolved as you are at this moment reaching from one continent to another, where it allows for such things to take place and to take place rapidly. And the energy that each one of you produces in your own little cells, wherever it is that you are within this world, unifies and creates a huge spiral of energy. Yes, if it is willing, if you are willing, and there are many of you that are there, and the communities will continue to grow. Know that you are powerful and have the ability to do these things. Please ask the most foolish question that you have been entertaining at this moment.
Will there be more, I want to say, humans opening up to this spiritual presence as each one would believe their own spiritual path? Will that become more prominent and more quickly?
These things daily are becoming more and more acceptable, even within the rankings of your most organized religions. There have been mandates that have been passed down where mediums are now acceptable. So yes, all things are opening to multiple and very generous possibilities moving forward. It is up to each and every one of you when something flashes upon your screen that strikes an interest in you of wanting to see what it could be like. Go, listen, and open. Create new bandwidth that never existed before. It will be rapid fire for all those who wish to do so. We give as an example, quite individually here to the host, what was done in a minimal amount of time to restructure your surface, the body that you hold. It is a new bandwidth, as it were, is it not? Capable of doing much more than it could before. Is this not so?
Yes, that is true.
This is individual for you, but each person who listens can relate to this. Perhaps think of it when we are gone. And then if there is nothing more, we leave you with this high vibration and this energy. Take it in like those very unhealthy drinks that you have that have an uplifting effect, but then a crash. This is not so. This vibration finds its way down into even your cellular structure and is maintained there and multiplies there. All these things are given to you. With much gratitude, we retire until the next time and opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Spirit. Welcome back, Jeanette.
Just out of shape, or from the 3 weeks I was sick, or I feel like I just jogged 5 miles in a few minutes.
That was pretty high, intense energy. That was pretty full on. Like really full on and fast. The information was coming. I kind of half expected at one point, I'm like, how is the physical going to keep up with this? And then they put me on the spot and I'm like, questions.
Oh, fun. That was fun. I feel really good right now, like really happy, like really upbeat. Like I just came from a great party, which I have no memory of. I hope I behaved myself.
Well, I mean, yes, of course. Just you don't need to rewatch this. That's fine. You just trust the process when I say. I mean, there was a little bit of, lights are on and someone else was home again, the old eyes back in the head. But that's fine. That's fine. That's expected now. We're used to this.
Old hat. Yeah.
Exactly. Very different. Like I said, very go. A lot of information coming through, but a lot of really great information, a lot of excitement. And they spoke of exciting times, multiple times they said that. So I can understand why you feel like you just come from a party.
Yeah.
But I'll do a little recap here. High energy, vibrations rising across the globe, things moving rapidly in the next 12 months. And have we not already been saying how quickly this year went, how quickly time is going now? Yeah. So I feel like it's a little bit of we thought we were buckling up now. It's like, oh no, safety harnesses, helmets, be prepared. Write journal because they're sort of saying to people, write down, or journal what's happening in your life because the months are moving quickly and a lot of learning from different sources that were never thought of will be coming through. Experiment, studies, researching upon our planet, scientific breakthroughs, intergalactic travel, AI, learn to utilize with other galaxies. So I love that. Because it now throws the scientific aspect into it.
Right. Yeah. Oh.
It's not just, woo-woo spirit saying, you know what I mean? You've got to be able to connect to get it. They're talking science. This technology and information will be used in medical discoveries, cellular structures to change in frequencies for healing, different healings for different ailments. And they specifically talk about neurological the breakdowns of memory losses. So I'm going to go with they would be assuming
Parkinson's, Alzheimer's,
yes,
dementia.
Yeah, yep, exactly. Breakthroughs and discoveries there, but they also refer to that at the moment it's all about the monetary. What can they gain monetary from this? But these effects will affect monetary flow. So they usually put to the side or put down and not brought forward. But that will change. And it's so many times I've written exciting times for all. and it was repeated. For personal, things may feel like they're blowing up, pain, sorrow for, people out there, to move to the new way of seeing things differently, a frequency now for many, a different energy. So they're saying that things may feel like they're blowing up or everything's changing. You may feel like, what the hell is going on with my life? But they're sort of saying, be patient and wait, because there is a good outcome. There will be a good outcome. It's coming. You're not seeing the bigger picture. It's almost like step back and look at the bigger picture and you'll understand why this has to happen. But this is also making room for the different frequencies and the different energies to come through, and everyone will be affected. This energy will heal in rapid succession and it will be a beautiful thing. And I think we all want that on so many different levels, don't we? Whether it's past trauma, memories, pieces of our life that have broken down, people we've lost, anything, life in general can sometimes feel very difficult. This is also coming through with the learning. And again, they sort of specified sometimes unpleasant. I'm not saying all the time, sometimes unpleasant, but focus on the end result, and it's going to be an advantage to all. Mental illness breakthroughs, that's another big one. Spirit manipulating individuals who are working on this for this to come through. So for those that are breaking ground in the mental illness department, Spirit is manipulating these people and helping them to bring through this new knowledge, information, using different technology. Yeah. They talk about the 31st of December, New Year's Eve. Drink to the new year to bring much light to the world. So that's definitely something worth celebrating. I mean, do we not all want that? Open mind, open bandwidths to incorporate what is new that's coming in. So they're saying open your mind, open yourself up to new possibilities, endless possibilities. Because if you look back on your life, there are things that have happened that you never expected would have happened.
Like this, right?
Exactly.
That's a perfect example. God, yeah.
Be open to receiving all these new things that are going to step into your life, whatever that looks like for each individual. Okay. Consciousness has tremendous power. Raise your consciousness to areas of the world that need help or assistance. So if there's a country that is in need, there is something happening, whether it's famine, whether it's a war, or there's ill happenings in different countries. Right. Send good positive energy and consciousness to those areas. That in turn will raise the vibration and help that to be settled more quickly.
Right.
That is the power that we each contain. You have the power within, is your consciousness. No one can take that from you. To raise your consciousness and allow that to have a good positive effect out there in the world. I asked a question about unity. It put me on the spot with questions. And I've asked about unity in the world because I think we're all at a point now. We see what's happening at this, recently, especially, and I don't want to go into it, but what's just recently happened in Australia in December, in Sydney. We're all at the point of wondering what's going to happen out of this. What is going to change that this never happens again? And I know it's happening in other countries as well. It's being very much highlighted. And I think we're all wondering somewhere inside is, when is the world going to come together and stop seeing us as segregated? That we're all just a oneness somewhere out there where we can all just come together and be more unified rather than separate. So they did talk about that. And again, going back to the consciousness, again, going back to the new information and knowledge that's going to be coming through is going to be global. It's not just going to be one country holding on to all the secrets. It's going to be global. They did talk about the unhealthy drinks, but, we
drinks?
The unhealthy drinks that we'll have in our celebrating of our new year. And I did also ask about, God, I can't remember my own question now.
How many were there?
Oh, there was only two, but there was something else
I remember the second one.
Ask. I felt a little bit like, anyway, but the change within everyone, and will people be more open? I think it was something about, I'd have to go back and rewatch this myself now, about the changes within everybody happening more spiritually, like how, is that going to happen where it's going to be acknowledged and we'll move forward more quickly. And as they mentioned, they made specific example to me, for example, and it's different for everyone, how once you enter into a different vibrational frequency within the human, but also within the spirit, how things change. And you made example to me, for example, how rapidly physically I changed. Once you make that decision, it's like boom, 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 here it is. And people might go, well, that was just a decision to change. That's what it is, just a decision that people make and then they change. No, each will or need or want to change holds a vibration and an energy, and you move into that. That's where the change is, because you're wanting to shift yourself on all levels. Shift. Yes, to a different vibration, a different path. Each thought holds a vibration and energy. As we know, we can think positively, which holds a high vibrational energy, and we can think negatively, which holds a different vibration.
And they kind of expand on themselves. Like I saw this dynamic on Christmas Eve, at our family situation. Anyway, so one person gets angry at another person, and the next thing you know, the room that was kind of like drinking and everybody was cool, it's just like, just like it's like a shift. Yeah. For the bad. But the whole thing there is you have the option to reshift it to something really positive. Yeah. And for those, because, she didn't really specify what she did. I think was it 8 or 9 months, she changed her entire body. I mean, she was a normal person, and then she went into dieting and weightlifting. And I don't know what your initial, it was like a goal you've always had. I never really asked you. I was just kind of going, dang, look at that. I remember from one show to another, and she competed and she did great, you guys. And it was, so to change your entire body like that, and she's not 20 years old either. You're not old, but no, it's not. Like
I'm 50. I'm 52 for those that are wondering.
Okay. And you look phenomenal. And she did it because she had that mindset and that commitment. But the energy was there for you, and you were enjoying the process. Why you decided to do it, I really never bothered to ask you. I was like, cool, that's what she wants to do. And she's doing it, and I support her. I don't know what initiated that change, but point being, whole different body, and externally and internally, everything is different as well. All of your muscles, everything, your ligaments, everything has to be functioning completely different than what it was before.
And mentally and emotionally, it affects you holistically. It can't. How can it not? The transformation was so big and so quick. Still now I sit there and I look at myself and think, how did I get here? But it was never something that was a goal for me on my bucket list. It was never, ever a consideration.
I remember it was some kind of competition with a big money thing payoff.
Yeah, but that's 75 hard. Yeah, 75
that's what
hard.
It was. Like, yes, if you lose this much weight, whoever loses it in a certain amount of time, we're like, yeah, go for it. So it started like that, and then it just snowballed into this thing. But the point being, not that we're saying everybody lose weight, gain muscle, but things can be done in a short period of time. Human beings have the capacity to do that. Yeah.
And I think it's being open to a path that you never knew or never thought you would ever go on. I never, ever in my wildest dreams thought I'd be doing that. But that's an example, as you say, of a shift. And it took one comment actually, which turned everything around. Was my daughter, who had already done bodybuilding. She said to me, "Mum, you could compete." And I was like, "Really? Do you think?" And she's like, "Oh yeah." Boom, that was it. I was done. I was ready to go. I'm like, "All right, let's do this." Never in a million years did I think I would never do that. That's just like, nope, never going to happen. Never even considered it because it's like one of those impossible dreams. But it can be for anyone out there, one comment or one idea that you go, "Oh my God, I could do this."
So this goes to what you were talking about, the energy that we all have. Our words are so powerful. You can crush somebody or you can really lift them. I am quite guilty, and my daughter used to get really embarrassed, and now she does the same thing. I'll be in a grocery line, I'll be like, "Oh my God, you have beautiful eyes." And they'll kind of just look at me like, "Oh, wow, thank you." Whether it's a guy or a female or whoever, and because a lot of times you'll see that, you'll be like, "Oh, what a beautiful shirt," but you don't say anything.
Yeah.
Verbalize it. And you don't know what it does to that other human being. And then they're walking around at this level, and they're going to be doing that with other people as well, lifting, and enlightening everything. And whether it's a new hobby you're thinking of trying out, or maybe you've thought of doing, I don't know, piano, what's it called? Like when you're a piano singer, or who knows, whatever. But you can do all of that if you have the health to do it. Your energy and your internal spirit is there to help you and lift you and enjoy that.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we're here to enjoy, have adventure, try new things, try anything different. Yep. Yeah, exactly. It's all about the experience. Choose the experience you want to have. Do you want to go outside first thing in the morning and look up at the clouds? Or do you want to see the beauty of the birds that are flying through the sky, the contrast of the clouds, or, the beauty and the blue, the blueness of the sky? Yeah. Do you ever sometimes look at the sky and think, how does it get so blue? Sometimes it's so blue.
Yeah, I know. Gorgeous. There's a country song that I love. I can't remember who the artist is, but if you get the chance to sit it out or dance, I hope you'll dance. Dance. Don't sit it out. Dance.
Exactly.
This is your life. Don't sit it out. Dance through it. If you fall, so what? You'll get up and you'll keep going and keep dancing. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. And I think the biggest thing is when someone's in need, and as much as you may not be able to help them because you may not be in the same country or you're unable to, send them hope, send them prayers, send them love, send them good wishes. That is a vibration. Yeah, yes. It is. And it costs you nothing but 2 seconds of your time to go, I really, wish well for that person, or I really, hold good thoughts for that person to succeed in what they're doing. And I think that's the biggest thing is a lot of people, I don't know what it is. And I don't even want to say a lot of people because I don't want to throw that out there. There are those out there who do not wish to see people succeed further than them. And I just think that this is how we all grow together, because in that person succeeding, what they've learned, it is a flow-on effect. You will learn from that person something about yourself or something you didn't know. Let them succeed and let them help to educate others.
100%.
Let that good energy flow.
When we were kids, I don't know if you know when they say, "Hey, give me a boost." Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Where you would put your hands like this, right? And then the other person would put their foot, literally step on both of your hands so they could inch up and see something over the wall or whatever it is you were trying to do. So I say, yeah, man, 2026, let's give each other a boost.
Yeah.
Okay. And whatever it is that you can see, tell me what you saw, because maybe that'll help me. Let's give each other a boost up for 2026. Yes,
100%.
That's going to be my motto for this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what you'll hear, Jeannette. Unlimited connections with Jeannette. Give me a boost.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Boost. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it costs nothing. It's just kindness. words.
And if
Be a
anything,
smile.
if anybody who has given or volunteered, when you do that work, you feel so good.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it just kind of rebounds, it ricochets back at you. And you can't help but feel happy. I have a cousin who her dad was really ill over the holidays, and she sent a picture, and he's in the hospital, and she's got a huge smile on her face. And as soon as I opened up that text, boom, I immediately just like felt so good.
Yeah.
Nothing changed in my life, but my frequency and my vibration changed. So, it's wonderful. That's why all those little kitty videos and all that stuff do so well on Instagram or whatever, because they make people feel happy. So you have the capability of doing that with each and every individual that you come across, that you talk to. That's powerful.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a beautiful thing to be able to give to one another.
Yeah. And with so much on social media these days, even if it's sharing a video with someone, like you say, an animal video or some sort of funny video with someone can just lighten their day and have them laughing when they may have been down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it changes their perspective of whatever it was they were looking at, like back to my daughter and her dog eating that cake.
I'm just sorry, Bree, for laughing, but I'm sure
I hope she's like
later on
for a while. I'll get in trouble again. But they're comical moments. We are dysfunctional beings. We're constantly sticking our foot in it, and we're learning, and we're learning and we're moving on. So be a little easy on each other, on yourselves, and just move forward with joy and creativity and the idea of helping each other out when you can.
Yeah. And be open. And be open. Be open. You don't have to always be the giver. Be the receiver as well. So many people don't know how to or don't receive. Be the
Asking
receiver.
For help. I have a son-in-law who's like a mountain man. He's a huge guy, wonderful, beautiful human being. And I will try and build things and do stuff together. And then finally when I can't, and then in 5 minutes he builds it or whatever. And he goes, Jeannette, why didn't you? I'm like, because, I don't want to bother you with stuff. But so for me, it's hard to say, can you help me with this? Because we are, though, honestly, just, I think, so overburdened with so many tasks and so many things. Our lists are daunting, never ending. And we're just always adding. When you cross off 3, tell me you don't add 5 more. Yeah. Everybody does. Yeah. Everybody does.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
And we've just created better apps to organize your list even better. Get more.
Yeah. And sometimes in asking for help, if that's in person, those can be really treasured moments where you're having good bonding times with other people, deep conversations. Do you know what I mean? You're connecting with someone just in that asking them.
There's a lot. That's why they do, a lot of corporations will do those weekend getaways to build trust or whatever, where you learn to work together. Like if you've ever gotten in a canoe or a kayak with somebody that you don't know, and you're trying to get it to go in one line, you've got to communicate and trust each other until you, and trust me, you're going to be doing this until finally when you're working together, you've got it going in the direction that you both want.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Exactly. Oh, well, all I can say is wonderful advice once again. Powerful messages, so much excitement around that and behind it. It's just incredible. And even after hearing that, I'm thinking, oh man, 2026 is just around the corner. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Bring it on.
Bring it on. Blink away. It is there. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. It is. Woo. Well, thank you so much, Jeannette, and your spirit team. Where can people find you?
Well, I'm at JeannetteConnects.com. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. What's the other social media stuff? I don't do TikTok yet. Maybe that'll be something for this year. No, I don't know.
No, yeah. But Jeannette connects on all platforms.
Yeah.
You can find her.
I'm on the Medium's table.
Exactly. And I will put the links in the description below so you can find Jeannette easily.
Thanks so much, Michelle.
Yeah, look, you're welcome. And I just want to quickly add there in case people are new, you're a medium. You also do channeling for people. Yes. You do a variety of different modalities. So please reach out to Jeannette.
The channeling that I did today, I know that energy that's like blah, 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 because somebody told me that it sounds like, when you take a video and you like put it like 2.5 and it just goes really fast. They told me, if I wasn't sitting next to you, I would have sworn that somebody had just, hit that button. That's an alien that's been coming through for like 3 years. And, and they're just like, bam, 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 bam. But when I do a channeling for you, usually it is either your guardians or your people or your grandmother. And it is specifically for you, or where you're at in your life, what they're wanting, how they're wanting to help you, advice that they're wanting to give you. So that's the dynamic of an individual trance.
Yeah.
It's a whole different story. It's just you and those energies that are coming through for you specifically in your life.
Yeah. So you could be sitting on the other end of the screen like me, having your own personal experience with Jeannette in trance.
And they usually also will say, hey, what do you want to ask me? And they open it up, which the first time that happened to me, I thought, how I said at the beginning of this thing that I kind of like will hear something. I kind of went like, what the beep? What if I don't, what questions? I don't have the answers because, I'm very scholastic, right? I'm like, I haven't studied for this. And then I was gone again. But my human got really like upset. What are you talking about? Questions? What is that? I've never seen that. But it was fine. As soon as I got myself out of it again and just let them go. And I don't know what else happened. But the first time I heard, any questions? I was like, I woke up, I'm like, what's happening? How is that? I was, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fine now that they do it all the time. So,
yeah. Ooh, so you could have that experience. I'm just saying, reach out to Jeannette and, if you've got any, if you're, and some people are a little bit scared to have this happen, don't know what to expect. What do I have to do? Reach out and have a bit of a conversation with Jeannette around it. And I'm sure that, you'll feel very comfortable by the time that session rolls around.
Yeah, I have done that, and I don't charge for that because I know it's like I said in one of my previous tapings with Michelle, when I first did something like this, I got so freaked out. I was just, a client, and I'm taking a class, and my grandmother came through, and it was like so completely obvious it was her that I freaked out, and I just shut my laptop. I didn't even say, oh my God, what's happening? I just couldn't deal with the people and the instructor. I was just like, that's it. I don't know. I got to like assimilate this. And then I was like, oh my God, do I have to go back to that class? Now it's just completely embarrassing. Now I just feel like an idiot, all over again. The only time in my life. But that was my first response to when something like this came through that real and the evidence was that strong that it freaked me out. So that's okay. We're human. We've all done stuff like that. We all want to know, but at the same time, we're scared to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And it may be a little overwhelming. It's only because you don't know what to expect. So, I encourage you, definitely book a session and find out for yourself.
Yeah. Again, I say, you've got nothing to lose and a lot to gain. And if it isn't for you, it isn't for you, and you don't do it again, or you try it with somebody else, who knows? But you get your feet wet.
Yeah.
At least you're trying something new and seeing, what it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. All right, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes.
Whatever you do, enjoy the evening. If you're sitting in front of your TV with your puppy and whoever, I don't know. But it doesn't matter where you are. Be grateful for everything that you have in that moment. For those people that are still in your life and that you love you and take care of you and are around you, and really just your environment. We're so blessed to live, and I know you're in a different country, but you guys are okay too.
Yeah.
We're we're okay, and let's be grateful for everything that we have and look forward to being able to share it with even more people. So many, many joyful moments for the next year for all of you. And thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you guys. And I'll see you again, Jeannette, next month on the Medium's Table. Thanks for joining me at the Medium's Table. The universe is always speaking. Listen and let your spirit soar. Curious for more? Click on one of the videos below and remember to subscribe.